All right, we're going to talk about assignment 3, the final assignment for the course before the final exam. Assignment 3 is due on March 31st, 2018. By midnight, into your Dropbox, it is worth 20% of the final grade. Question 1. Personal information in Canada is specifically defined by the privacy and access legislation. Indicate whether the following pieces of information would be considered personal or not personal in accordance with either PIPEDA, MFIPA, FIPA, or PHIPA. You don't need to name the legislation, just let me know its status, the piece of information, its status. There are 7 items. A, a person's religious views. B, a person's home phone number and address. C, a person's resume or job application. Now that's a record, but it contains information that's pretty consistent or standardized. D, a person's credit report. Again, pretty standardized in terms of what information is provided in that record. E, a person's social insurance number. F, a person's phone number and address as appearing on a business card. And G, a person's marital status. Now, the caveat here is that the person died in 1955. So you're going to have to look at the definition section and don't just look at what is defined as personal information. You're going to look around there as well, because that caveat on the last one will affect your response to G there. It's worth 7 points, 1 point for each. And if you feel like it is necessary, then by all means provide a sentence or two to support your rationale as to your choice. Question 2. Describe both the benefits and challenges in the ongoing development of electronic records technology. So with 5 points, I like to tell my clients that technology is really like a moving target. By the time we know how to use a technology in terms of records management, the technology changes. So this question asks you to provide a bit of an explanation about the benefits of the ongoing. So you can go historical onto where we are today and where you see us going. The benefits of that ongoing development, but also the challenges that this ongoing development can present to records managers. That's about a half a page. Question 3, define metadata and explain how it might be used to improve the integrity and reliability of managing electronic records. 5 points. So 2 points are really for defining metadata. 1 point really, 1 point for defining metadata. And the remaining 4 points are for your explanation of how it connects with integrity and reliability. If you're unsure about how in records management we use the terms integrity and reliability, have a look at a resource I've uploaded called ISO 15489. In 15489-1, an international standard for document and information management, there are definitions of how we use these particular terms in addition to other terms that are fairly commonplace in conversations about records management. Question 4, in your own words, briefly describe what a legal hold means in records management terms. How can a records manager implement a hold within their organization? So this is just a couple sentences. 1 point for what's a legal hold and 2 points for the implementation. So 2 points for the implementation. I hope that speaks to you and says that answer needs to emphasize how you propose to implement a legal hold. So I'm going to tell you straight out. Telling people there's a legal hold is not an implementation. That's step 1 of possible other steps, okay, that you need to communicate to me in that response. Scenario for this assignment, question 5. As a Canadian and Ontario resident, now I know a few of you are from Alberta and other provinces. If you choose to do provincial legislation, you can speak to your province's legislation. Each province has mirrored their privacy legislation, so they're consistent with what we see in Ontario. Start again. As a Canadian resident, privacy legislation gives you the right to access your personal information collected by government agencies and departments. In this scenario, you will research the requirements and particulars in requesting access to information at the federal, provincial, or municipal level. These include, please include 2 points. 1, describe the steps you would need to take specifying which level of government you're basing your answer on. And 2, include the length of time the government must respond to your request. B, all fees that you would need to pay, including any additional fees beyond the application, okay? And C, any other factors that you think are relevant, such as appeals and what that involves. Include any links to websites that you consult. So if you are looking to have a look at your OSR, your student record from when you were in public school, what legislation would you use, would you have to base your request on? And what steps would you take in order to get access to your records? I highly recommend that you have a look at the websites for the Information Privacy Commissioner. Each province has an office of the Information Privacy Commissioner, and there is a federal office as well. Their websites have a wealth of information available to you, including tip sheets and presentations going through this process. The reason why this scenario is here is because as a records manager, we often deal with records that include personal information. So either at times we wear a separate hat, that's the FOI coordinator, Freedom of Information coordinator, or we work directly with the FOI coordinator and we are involved in getting the records in response to an access to information request. So this question, this scenario, is based on you yourself have a right to access your information, but as a records professional, you'll be involved in this process from the other side of the counter. Anyways, the case study or the scenario is worth 20 marks. The total of 40 marks. The criteria as for the assessment is the same as the previous 2 assignments. 75% due to creative thinking and content, rationale, logic, accurate observations, and how you organize your information. 25% is due to communication. So again, spelling count, spelling, grammar, sentence structure, all of that does have an effect on how you communicate your ideas to me in this case, but also to your clients as a records manager. If you have any questions, we are going to have a chat prior to the deadline. We do have the discussion board, and you can always send me an email as well. Good luck on this assignment. Bye.